Someone saw where this was heading long before you ever noticed, okay? And I feel as if this is giving the vibes of like, you know, when they say people can see who you are becoming before you've actually become that person, like that is what the vibes are giving at this current moment in time. I feel as if there's been certain dynamics that have started to shift. For some of these dynamics have actually gotten a little bit rocky. But mostly I'm feeling like a little bit more distant, okay? And I feel as if, again, this all has to do with the fact that, like, you have been shifting, you have been changing and becoming somebody different, becoming somebody much greater than who you have been thus far. And they have seen this, they have seen the progression, they could recognize it in you before you ever even realized exactly what was happening. And of course, your intention is exactly what has brought you to this point. So you've known all along where you're headed, what you are desiring to become in your life. But the thing is that your perception of what place you're at on that journey hasn't been fully accurate, okay? Like you were thinking that you were further behind than you are, but whoever this person is, they recognize that, like, no, you're basically already there. Okay, let's see what we got. The Five of Cups. What is this one? The Nine of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. The Lovers. King of Wands and Page of Coins. It's kind of giving, like, I feel as if this person distanced themselves from you because they kind of felt like you weren't going to stick around very long anyways. Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. They were having some kind of anxieties about this. Like, I feel as if whoever this is, like, they definitely would have wanted to get to know you better or to be closer to you than they ended up being. But the thing is, like, with that Five of Cups energy, they just felt like you were focused way more towards the future, and that in the current circumstances where you know this person, where you've met them at, that essentially, like, there are three cups that are empty for you in this circumstance, that, you know, there's only two cups that are upright, and so then what is the purpose for you? You know what I mean? And that you've just been focused forward this entire time, that there's this energy about you that is always looking towards the future, looking towards the progress that you're going to make. But then also with that Nine of Pentacles energy coming out, it's like you're already independent, you're already standing on your own. I feel as if part of the reason this person has distanced themselves is really because they've thought to themselves, well, what would you really need them around for? But the irony in this is, like, of course, you don't really like need them in this sense, but everybody needs people. And so I do think that there's an irony in this, that the reality is the two of you could have been closer, the two of you could have had a better connection, or, you know, could have maintained this connection, is really what it's giving, if they wouldn't have withdrawn themselves. Because yes, you are the Nine of Pentacles. Yes, you are somebody who is very independent. You're not afraid to stand on your own. But you want, you need, and you desire having people around in your life. And with that Eight of Swords coming out next, it's really giving, like, this person is ultimately holding themselves back. Like, they've been in their heads. And I also feel as if, like, I don't know, it's kind of giving the vibes of when someone kind of puts you up on a pedestal, okay? Like, they put you up on a pedestal and think to themselves, like, there's no way that you would remain friends with them or remain a part of their life once you reach a certain milestone, once you reach certain heights. But again, this isn't the case at all. Like, this isn't what you were thinking, where you're at. And they feel as if there's other people who are going to be coming into your life who are like a much better fit for you. I'm not gonna lie, don't try to make the shoe fit, okay? Only apply it if it resonates, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was like a romantic partner, if they've been withdrawing themselves, if they've done anything to like sabotage the relationship at all. Like, I really do feel as if that is kind of coming from a place, whether it's conscious or subconscious, that they feel as if there's a better fit available for you out there. Like, there is somebody who you would prefer to be with. This could also even be about a friend who may have been romantically interested in you, but more recently you got into a relationship, and so now they've kind of withdrawn themselves because they recognize like this person is really passionate about you and a much better fit for you, or they're just kind of like, well, I don't really have a chance anyways, so I should go ahead and let this go. Like, obviously, then they should. So understand that. That's very reasonable. But King of Wands, and then we have the Page of Coins. Regardless, they see you going forward passionately towards new things in life, building things that are a better fit for you, entering spaces and places that deserve you and where you deserve to be. And they do kind of just feel like whatever it is that they have to offer isn't very much. It isn't much in comparison to where you're headed, in comparison to what it is that you're building and who you are as a person. But honestly, I think it's kind of sad because I really feel like at the end of the day, this is just coming from this person's like insecurities, doubts of themselves, and the anxieties that they have. I feel as if this isn't really coming from you whatsoever. Which, of course, we can't control people's perspectives or their insecurities or where they're at in their own life, but at the end of the day, though, like, you definitely, I don't know, there was an opportunity for you guys to have like more of a friendship, more of a relationship. So I do think it's kind of sad that like now that's not really a thing. Ten of Pentacles. But they believe this is where you're headed, the Ten of Pentacles. And honestly, so do I. I feel as if you have been working towards different things for quite some time. They feel like it's happening very fast for you, okay? But I don't know how long of like the plot line that they've been around for. They are happy for you though, and they are starting to think about their own life as well and like what they can do for themselves to elevate themselves, their life stance, and like where it is they're going, what they would like to do for themselves. They definitely feel inspired by you, but I wouldn't be surprised if they like cut you out kind of shortly as well before you actually have fully moved on to the next place. But this person who has distanced themselves from you, I am kind of feeling like the cutoff is the evidence as well, that like you are truly moving forward, you are moving on to that next path. Honestly, and I think it's okay. You know, there's a reason and a season for everything, every kind of relationship. And it's honestly giving like that's kind of what it was. Like, this person was just meant to be in your life for a season. And I don't know, there's something about like their kindness and the way that they show up that definitely has impacted you and kind of like touched you in your heart and everything. But then also, again, the way that you show up has inspired them to like look towards what their 10 of Pentacles will be, what they want to build for themselves. I feel as if maybe they were just kind of getting by day to day, but now they're thinking more about the future a little bit more intentionally on like, you know, what is it can I do to create this life that brings me an abundance of joy. And of course, we need money to survive, right, honey? We need stability, but they're looking at those things like, what can I do to bring these things into my life as well? But yeah, anyways, you're definitely leveling up. things are coming to fruition for you. So get ready, get excited for that, honey. But that is what I have for you. Thank you for all of my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do so. Push all of the buttons, do all of the things. I love, love, love you, and I'll talk to you so soon.